Hi, so what I've done is I've put something through the hole of the Hogue recoil pad. I've started with the top hole and I placed this spacing pad between the on the Hogue recoil pad, just so I can be sure that it's going to be at least flush at the top, flush or even slightly, preferably flush at the top. And at the bottom is also pretty good fit. I think I've got 0.5 millimeter each side. Then, having done that, I've used this screw to transfer a little dent onto the other side of the plastic. And that dent, then, I tried 2 of these screws just to make sure that the point of the screw wasn't off center. I've not really got a better way of getting a center on here than that currently. So that's the method I've used. And just getting it out here. And the little mark that I left here, I've now drilled with a 3mm or 1/8 inch pilot hole. And in a second I'm going to make a hole which will take this machine screw. And the reason I'm doing that is the machine screw is going to hold the whole thing together on my jig while I grind the rubber pad to the right angle. So that's one reason, and the other reason is that when I come to put a screw into the recoil pad, I'll want that also to be able to pass through this spacing pad at the right, without damaging it. So that's why I'm going to drill now a 5mm hole, and then I shall be looking at making the other pilot hole. In fact, I'm probably going to wait to drill the 5mm while I do the other 3mm hole. That's probably a better strategy. So I think I'll do that. I'll use first of all a very small object, pointed object, and put it through here. Luckily I know where the holes are. This one I will also put through. I'll find something from my extensive collection of odd screws. So I'll put this one through here now and get that to line up with the pre-drilled pilot hole. There we go. So there you can see how it's going to fit. And I must say I've done quite a good job of finding a match here, though I say it myself. So I'm going to give this screw now a tap with the hammer, and we'll be able to see that it's left a little mark. And then there we go. Very good. And I will try another one through there just to make sure that I'm not biased by a skewed point. Yes, this will do it nicely. So, just getting this lined up, there we go. In fact, I'll make it do a bit more work, there we go. And then I give this a tap, making sure that I'm holding it nicely together, and hammer. And that coincides very nicely with the one I did earlier. And now we'll be able to drill the holes. I'll drill another 3mm first, and then I'll drill a 5mm in both of them. So stick around. Okay, so I thought I would show you the drilling action, and here we are. I've got the spacer plate just free, sitting on a little piece of wood. I don't know if you can see that. Yes, you can. Here is the mark which I've made now with 2 taps from pointed objects at the right place. And what I'm going to do now is just to find where that fits. That seems to be it. Find where that fits on my drill. Oh, no, I can't find it so easily. Ah, there we are. And then just bring this down, hold it in place, and I'm afraid it's going to be noisy. You can go away and do something else while I've got my huge fingers in the way. Let's just check the position of it again. Yes. So I'm going to hold it in place like this. Start with the There we are, and so we've got 2 holes which are ideally matched now. Oh, there we are, sorry, a bit too high. 2 holes which are now ideally matched to the Hogue recoil pad, and see, I'm holding this upside down. That is the bottom, and that's the top. There we go. And now I've got to see how these line up with the stock, because the stock has some holes which may make my life a bit difficult, and which I might have to plug. In fact, I am expecting to have to. So stick around, I'll come back in a very short time. I'm trying to hold it so you can still see something. There you go. Okay, so I've actually decided to drill the 5mm hole because I can see that I need to see where the screw will go on the buttstock. So I'm just about got it centered. And amazingly, that seems to be okay, even though I have to admit it's not the cleverest thing I ever did. And let's try that let's say not again, but something similar, but rather better, I think. Let's get this okay to the right place. So. Well, that seems to be the fact related to the fact I'm drilling to. Drilling too fast. Anyway, so mission accomplished, hole enlarged, even though I've done it like a steaming idiot. Here we go. this is what happens when you don't have the right equipment and you make some assumptions about the material staying in place. Nevertheless, there we go. So here we are, we're back to the stock, and after the exciting episode with the drill I can show you. This is the plate which I've just drilled 2 holes in, and this is the Hogue recoil pad, and the name of the game has been to make sure that the holes in the Hogue recoil pad and the holes in the buttstop filler plate do intend, or do in fact, as I intend, to make them fit perfectly against the K31's buttstock, or stock's butt, I suppose you could say. So that's the name of the game. However, I have to make sure that some of the holes that I've got now are aligned, but I have to see if they coincide with anything on the stock itself. So here I've put 2 little wooden skewers through it just now, and I'm going to have a look to see if they align with anything which is pre-drilled, and that seems not to be the case here, but this seems to be the case here. Let's see how far that's going to be true. Yeah, I think I've got an issue with the top one, but it looks like not so much with the bottom one, and if I push that against the stock, we can see where the screw will be going. Okay, so we're within, what would that be, probably 3/8 of an inch off the bottom of the stock, but it will be a new hole. However, the top one is aligning with this dowel hole, which I presume was used for the machining of the stock all those years ago, and I have to fill that because I'm not going to be able to put a screw in there unless it's a very long one, because this hole itself, the hole itself is about 1 centimetre, I think. Yes, about 1 centimetre. So either I have a screw which goes 1 centimetre longer and is somewhere down here, in which case I don't need to fill this. Actually, that's becoming rather an attractive option. So if I had a screw rather like this, going all the way through the Hogue, you see it's already 1 centimetre out, and this centimetre could translate to holding it into there. I think that's a rather attractive option. I'll see if I have a similar screw, maybe a similar dimension but not as long, for the bottom one, and then probably that's going to do the trick. So anyway, that comes later, because first I have to machine this to the right angle, and that's where this jig comes in. Here in Switzerland I have not found any jigs similar to the one that I think Brownells carries. Its name escapes me right now. I'm sure I'll be able to think of it later. Which I would really have liked. So because I couldn't find any company to send that to me here in Switzerland, I had to make my own. So it does the job. It's not as pretty as the ones you can buy, but I only use it maybe once every 2 years, so I don't think that's too big of a price. Okay, so I'll let you know what the next stage is.